Hello everyone, good evening. Yes, so we are meeting again. Yeah, good evening Fenil. I am doing good, thank you. Yes, hi Hari Murali. Yes, Lavya Goyal. Sukhjot, hi. Good evening Nikesh Madhvi. Yes, good evening. Yes, Hari Murali. Yes, I do remember you. You are my one of the student who are regularly attending the classes. Hi Suyash, good evening Disha Bhatt. All the very best Disha. Good evening Akshata, good evening Puneet, Papiya Das, Life is Craft, hi. Yes. All right, all right. Yes. Okay, I can call you Hari, yeah? Okay, okay. Good evening Shubham Kumar Verma, Shalini Yadav, Sagarika, Nayana, Puneet Kaur. All right, all right. So I'm visible and audible to everyone, right? Good evening, Archie, Nikun, Swastik. Pre-board went well? Great. Math paper of round 3. You have 3 pre-boards. Oh my God. Good evening, Khushbu. Yes, Anvisha, Sean, Khan Salim, Ayan. Yes, Meghna, Abhiditya, Kartavya Dikshit. All right, a very, very good evening to all of you. So we can start. There is no glitch at all. Yes? All right, so my name is Khushbu and a very, very warm welcome to yet another wonderful session. So, what today's session is about, you all know that, right? You must have seen the title by now. So today I'll be discussing 10 most important NCERT questions for Term 2 Quadratic Equations. See, you just in the previous session also, which we did at 5 p.m. right before this, you all were asking me, ma'am, I've scored this much in Term 1. How can I score good marks in Term 2? See, do not worry. Yes, Utkarsh, 93.6% in Term 1. Wow, amazing. Scored only 86%. 86% is good. Why are you feeling bad? I don't understand. Yeah? Yes. Yes, Khushbu, new to this channel, I'm sure you would love this. Yes? Thank you, Fenil. Scored 100%. Wow, Disha. We have it for all the chapters? Yes. Basically, we're running a series and we're covering the important questions for every chapter. We have done for arithmetic progressions till now, and today I'll be discussing 10 most important questions for quadratic equations. Yes? So those who are done with the NCERT, see, now few days are left for the exams, right? Still, we have got ample time, like 45 days are there. So what I would suggest you, instead of doing the entire NCERT again, obviously it gets monotonous also doing the same questions again and again. What you can do is you can just do the important ones. Yes? So this will help you a lot and it will save a lot of time as well. Yes, that's a coincidence, right? Yeah. Lalit, 98.5%. Wow. 94.7 Lavya. Amazing, amazing. So most of you have scored good marks, yes? Congratulations to all of you, and those who haven't scored good, please don't be disappointed. We still have Term 2, right? We still have got ample time. We'll put all our efforts. Don't worry, we are here for you. Right? Alright, so let's not waste any more time here. Let's get started. So last time I remember I gave a homework question, yes, and I told each one of you to answer to that, but let me just read out the names who have answered to the homework question. Gungun Tagore, Shivanshu Soni, Divya Parmar, Nikesh Madhvi, Fenil, Hari, Shalini Yadav, Aditi Datta, Success Power, Nitya Kumari, Apratam Das, Amit Sharma, Aditi. Yes, and Fenil was the first one to answer. I saw that. Wow, amazing. That's good. You know, this shows how disciplined you are. Yes. All right. All right, all right. So for those who did not understand this question, let me just show you the solution and you can just see the steps also, like how you need to write it. So Sum of rupees 100 is to be used to give 7 cash prizes to students of a school for their overall academic performance. Each prize is 20 rupees less than its preceding prize. Find the value of each of the prize. So we are using the formula of sum of first n terms, which is this. So let's say the value of the prize is x. So value of each prize is 20 less than its preceding one. So it would be x minus 20, then x minus 40, and so on like this, right? So first term is x and d is minus 20, and sum of all the prices is 700. You put the values in this formula over here. You get this equation, right? Yes. So simply you have to solve this and you get x equals to 160. So once you get the value of x, you can get all the values since each value is 20 less than the previous one. 160 rupees, 140, 120, and so on like this. This is the value of all the 7 prices. Yes, absolutely. Sukhjot has now answered it. Yes. That's okay, Disha. Right. See, it's just one question that you have to answer. It takes only 2-3 minutes, right? Not more than that. So why I asked you to do this, so that once you are done with the chapter, you can also check how much you know, right? Yes. Thank you, Labhya Goel. Yes, I'll be discussing quadratic equation only. This was the homework question from arithmetic progressions, which I gave you in the previous class. Yes. Yes, hi Yashi Singh. I think you are new to this class. Yes, because I'm not familiar with this name. Okay. Yes, quadratic equations, important questions. Right? Sonali Singh, one more time you want me to repeat this? So 700 is the overall cash prize, right? We are distributing it in such a way, 7 cash prizes are there, that each one of them, each prize is 20 less than the previous one. Yes? So simply I will say that the value of the first prize is x, so the next one would be x minus 20, next one would be x minus 40, and so on like this, right? Every time it is 20 less. Yes? So first one is x, common difference is minus 20, every time it is 20 less, and Sn is 700. You use this formula, Sn is 700, n is 7, because 7 cash prizes are there, and you just put the values. Yes? You get this answer. And this is the equation, x is 160. You get the value of x. Only you have to solve the equation, Sonali, here. Right? So each value is 20 less than the preceding one. We have the value of all the 7 cash prizes. I hope Sonali's doubt is clear now. Yes? Yes, Yashi Singh, right. Sonali got it. All right. So let's start off with our questions of quadratic equations. Yes, this is a session on quadratic equations only. Right. Good evening, Mr. Carrot. Hey, such a fun name you have. Yes, it's okay, Sonali. All right, so here we go. This is the first question. So a cottage industry produces a certain number of pottery articles in a day. It was observed on a particular day that the cost of production of each article in rupees was 3 more than twice the number of articles produced on that day. If the total cost of production on that day was rupees 90, find the number of articles produced and cost of each article. What do we need to find here? We need to find the number of articles, right? And the cost of each article. See, it's a word problem. So what I always say, whenever we come across word problems, we will do the literal translation of the statement. Yes, we do the word by word translation. Trust me, it helps a lot. You will never make a mistake in framing an equation if you follow this method. Thank you, Yashi. All right. So let's suppose the number of articles, right? We will be using the concept of quadratic equation here. We know that standard form is ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, and splitting the middle term, the factorization method we are going to use here. So cost of production on that day, it is given already that it is rupees 90, right, on a particular day. Let's say the number of articles produced be x on a particular day. We do not know the number of articles, right? But question says the cost of production of each article was 3 more than twice the number of articles produced, right? First of all, number of articles produced are x. Twice the number of articles produced would be 2x. Cost is 3 more than that. 3 more than twice the number of articles produced. That is the cost of production of each article. I hope this is clear to everyone. Yes? Sukhjot gave the entire answer. Wow. Right? Yes. Right, Anvisha. I hope this is clear. All right. So simply, and the total cost of production, it is given here. Total cost of production in a particular day is 90. Right? So simply what I can say here is that, we know one thing, that cost of one article, right, into number of articles, that will give me the total cost of production in a day, right? Yes. So simply I'll multiply this, I get 2x square plus 3x minus 90 equal to 0. I hope this is clear to everyone, this step. Gaming Guru, this is wrong. 2x plus 3 cannot be equal to 90 because 90 is the total cost of production in a day. 2x plus 3 is the cost of one article. So what I'm doing here is I'm multiplying the number of articles with cost of one article, right? That gives me the total cost. Make sense, right? Number of articles into cost of one article will give you the total cost. Yes, Priyanshu, Gaming Guru, Sonali. So what are the number of articles here? Number of articles here are x. What is the cost of one article? That's 2x plus 3. And that would be equal to total cost, that is 90. Makes sense, right? Yes. Quickly, if you have understood this, give me thumbs up so that we can move ahead. Yes. Yeah, she's saying 2x plus 3 is the cost of one article. Gaming Guru understood. Deepti. So Deepti, what we are doing here is, number of articles we don't know. We assume that to be x here, right? And what is the cost of one article? Question says cost of one article is 3 more than twice the number of articles. That means 2x plus 3. I'll multiply that with 2x plus 3. We get the total cost, that is 90. Right? Okay. Yes, Dhana. Right. Clear? Okay. So I'll simply multiply this. We have 2x square plus 3x minus 90 equal to 0. This is the equation. Now this is simple for us. We just have to do the middle term splitting. Or you can use any method. You can use the quadratic formula also to solve this. It's not mentioned in the question anywhere that you have to do splitting the middle term only. So we will split it as 2x square plus 15x minus 12x minus 90 equal to 0. I'll take common from consecutive terms. So we have 2x common from here, x minus 6 inside from this term and this term plus 15x minus 6. Brackets are same, 2x plus 15 x minus 6 equal to 0, 2x plus 15 equal to 0, x minus 6 equal to 0. You get the values of x. So obviously I'll not be considering this value. Why? This is negative. Number of articles can't be negative, right? Yes. So simply we will say that number of articles produced would be 6. We have got this value. What is the cost of one article? Cost of one article is 2x plus 3. Put value of x here, you get rupees 15. That's the final result. Please do not forget to write the units. This is important. We generally forget these small things, right? Absolutely, Sukhjot. Thank you, Priya. Fenil understood? Great. Yashi Singh understood. All right. So everyone, yes, it's clear to everyone, right? This question. These questions can work as PYQ also. See, these are important ones. I cannot say that each one of them would have been asked in the previous year question, but yes, from these 10 questions, there might be some question that you would find in your exam. So we have picked up the important ones only, right? So when you're doing the final revision, obviously it's not possible for us to do the entire book again. We only pick up the important ones. What do you mean by revision? Revision doesn't mean that you do the entire book again. You only pick up the, randomly you pick up questions. Yes, Hari, clear? Maulik, sorry, I might miss a few. I might not be able to answer to each one of your problems. Yes, I might miss a few comments. All right, let's move ahead. Let's take a look at the next question. Now, question number 2. The sum of the reciprocals of Rahman's age in years 3 years ago and 5 years from now is 153. Find its present age. Somebody just said that you have problems in when it comes to, you get confused when it comes to word problems, right? So all you need to do is literal translation. Word by word we will translate it, okay? And we will write that in mathematical form. We are talking about Rahman's age 3 years ago and 5 years from now. So you can see here, what we will do here is simply, let's say present age of Rahman is x years. So what will be his age 3 years ago? Obviously that's going to be x minus 3 years. Yes. And what will be Rahman's age 5 years from now? That means 5 years from today. That's going to be x plus 5 years. Right? Question says sum of the reciprocals of Rahman's age. These two are Rahman's age. The sum of their reciprocal. I'll take their reciprocals. What is the reciprocal of x minus 3? You would say, ma'am, 1 upon x minus 3. What is the reciprocal of x plus 5? You would say 1 upon x plus 5. The sum of these ages, sum of them is 1 by 3. What I have done here, I have just done the literal translation of the statement, right? So I hope your doubt is clear. See, when it comes to word problems, only the main challenging step is of framing the equation. Once you have done that, half of the battle you have won. Yes? Clear? See, I can't remember the name who asked this question. Yes, first, obviously, we have to frame the equations. If you know how to do this, there's nothing left in the question. It's only simplification. Yes. So what we are doing here is, Shruti, Rahman's age, present age, we have assumed that to be x. 3 years ago, that means 3 years before, his age would be x minus 3. 5 years from now, 5 years from today, it's going to be x plus 5. Reciprocal of the ages would be this, and the sum would be 1 by 3. Yes? All right, all right. Now let's take the LCM, let's simplify this. I'm sure that no one would have doubt in the simplification. Yes? You have been doing it for so many years. Yes? So x plus 5 plus x minus 3 by x minus 3 times x plus 5 equal to 1 by 3. Yes? And what do we do here? This is 2x plus 2 upon x minus 3x plus 5 equal to 1 by 3. Now I'm going to cross multiply them. So this becomes 3 times 2x plus 2 equal to x minus 3 times x plus 5. Just simplify this. You will end up getting this equation, x square minus 4x minus 21 equal to 0. Clear, Gaming Guru? Great. So on comparing with the standard equation, I'll get the values of a, b and c. Right? It's not necessary that you have to follow this method. You can simplify it like whichever method you want to use here. Yes? So simplify it, you get what? We have a times c would be minus 21 minus 7 times 3. B would be minus 4 minus 7 plus 3. We are just doing the middle term splitting here. So it can be written as x square minus 7x plus 3x minus 21 equal to 0. So x times x minus 7 plus 3 times x minus 7 equal to 0. You get this at the end. You equate them to 0. You get two values. So obviously x is the Rahman's present age. Age cannot be negative. So we will not consider this value. Rahman's present age would be 7 years in this case. Right? Right. All of you know how to solve this. Right. Maulik, it would be 3x. Father is 3 times of son's age, so that would be 3x. It's not that we always neglect the negative value. Why we have neglected here? You need to understand such things. Time, distance, age. I'm just giving you some random examples. They can never be negative. Length can never be negative. That's why we have neglected this value. Understood, Saloni? So you need to understand what question is talking about, really. Okay. So this is clear to everyone. Let's move ahead to the next question, question number 3. So in a class test, the sum of Shefali's marks in mathematics and English is 30. She had got 2 more marks in mathematics and 3 marks less in English. The product of their marks would have been 210. Find her marks in the 2 subjects. Okay. So we don't know her marks in English. We don't know her marks in mathematics, right? But some relation is given between them. It says, sum of Shefali's marks in math and English total is 30. Right? Let's say I talk about Sukhjot's marks. Sukhjot total he got 30 in mathematics and English. We don't know how many marks he got in math, how many marks he got in English. Right? So what we will do here is simply let's assume that the marks in mathematics is x. Right? So marks in English would be what? That would be 30 minus x. Right? Because mathematics marks plus English marks is 30. If mathematics marks are x, English marks would be what? That's going to be 30 minus x. Right? Yes? I hope this is clear. Alright. So, question says, she had got 2 more marks in maths. What are the math marks here? Math marks are x. So, I'll increase the math marks by 2. And 3 marks less in English. English marks are 30 minus x. Question says, reduce 3 marks from English. So, I'll write 30 minus x minus 3. Then the product would be 210. It is equals to 210. See how we are doing the literal translation. Just notice how I am framing the equation. Yes? Absolutely. You can assume any variable. Right? It's not that we have to assume always x. Okay? Right. So, simply we will write We will simply write x plus 2, 27 minus x equals to 210. I'm just simplifying this equation now, right? Multiply these two brackets, you get this equation, x minus x square plus 25x plus 54 equals to 210, right? So let's take everything on one side. You have x square minus 25x plus 156 equal to 0. Yes? Okay. So on comparing with the standard equation, we get the values of A, B, C. A is 1, B is minus 25, C is 156. Right. And what we will do here is, we will do the middle term splitting. So A times C is minus 12 times minus 13. Once I add them up, I get minus 25. This becomes x square minus 12x minus 13x plus 156 equal to 0. Sorry, Sonali, then how we get answer? Like, I could not understand your question. So are you talking about the equation or the final result? What is it? Yes. Riyashi Singh, right? Subjot, yes. Yes, Yadav Gamer. Thank you, Shreya. Yes. All right. Okay. So simply we have x times x minus 12 minus 13 x minus 12 equal to 0. So two brackets are formed here. You equate them to 0, you get two values for x, 12 and 13. Now somebody asked me, do we always neglect the negative value? See, this time we are getting x as 12 and 13. Both are positive. Now we always have to see the data. If marks in mathematics are 12 because x was 12, English was 30 minus x. That means 30 minus 12, that's 18. It is possible that you get 12 marks in math and 18 in English. Total you get 30. Yes, let's say if English in mathematics it's 13, right? So English would be 30 minus 13, that is 17. So these two combinations are possible and both these are our answers. Yes, I hope this is clear that we are considering both the values this time, right? So it all depends on the question, what question is talking about really. Yes, Gaming Guru, you can do that. English marks, you can assume that to be y, then mathematics marks would be 30 minus y. Yes. Marks in the two subjects, you have to give both the answer, this also and this also. Subjot, easy? Yes, clear? Okay, let's move ahead. Let's take a look at the next question, question number 4. So a pole has to be erected at a point on the boundary of a circular park of diameter 13 meters in such a way that the differences of its distance from two diametrically opposite fixed gates A and B on the boundary is 7 meters. Is it possible to do so? If yes, at what distance from the two gates should the pole be erected? First of all, you need to understand the question. Many times I have seen students don't understand this question. Yes, Seema. Love to tackle challenging questions. That's good. See, we have a circular park, right? Its diameter is given, that's 13 meters. Okay, this is the diameter. Right? It passes through the center, obviously. So a pole has to be erected at the boundary. This P is the pole here. This P, imagine the circular park in your mind. P is the pole here. Now we have to erect a pole in such a way that the difference of its distance from two diametrically opposite fixed gates. So these are the two gates we have, A and B. These are the gates. And this P over here, that's the pole. So its distance from these diametrically opposite diametrically opposite gates which are there, which are on the opposite sides of the diameter, its distance from that, the difference between that is 7 meters. This is what question says. Yes? Yes, Vastik. What is PT? Please don't use short forms. That's okay, Harini. Whatever you have missed, you can watch the recorded session later on. Yes, quickly, whatever doubt you have, you can write in the comment section. So I hope this figure is clear to everyone, right? Shall we move ahead? Yeah? Okay. Okay, so what we can say is that, so our poles and gates, we know what it is now, right? So PA minus PB, let's say that's 7. So PA is A, PB is B. So A minus B would be 7, A would be 7 plus B. Difference between them is 7 meters. This is given, right? Now what we can say is that this is a right angle triangle. Why? If you remember in the 9th, you have done a theorem. Angle in a semicircle is a right angle. Since it is diameter, it is passing through the center, so definitely it is a semicircle. So angle in a semicircle is always a right angle. See, theorems from 9th standard can also be used. Yes? Okay. Shamdani. So what we are talking about here is, it's a circular path. This is the diameter and this P over here is the pole. These are the two diametrically opposite fixed gates, right? They are lying on the two opposite sides of the diameter. So difference between the distance of these gates from the pole, the difference between them is 7 meter, that's given. Now it's a 90-degree angle because angle in a semicircle is a right angle. You can write this statement in the exam and just apply Pythagoras theorem. Put all the values. AB is 13 square, AP is A square plus B square. 169, A is what? We just said A is 7 plus B. You can say 7 plus B whole square plus B square. Simplify this. At the end, you will get this equation. B square plus 7B minus 60 equal to 0. Yes? Alright. Alright, I hope this is clear to everyone, right? Okay. Now what we need to do is, question is saying, is it possible to do so? So to check that, first of all, we will check the discriminant, right? So that is B square minus 4AC. That means 7 square minus 4 times 1 minus 60, you get 289. It's a positive value. Since it is positive, that means it has two real roots, right? So we can say that it is possible to erect the pole on the boundary of the park. You have to mention this statement because this is the first question here. Next is, at what distance should the pole be erected? So simply we will find out the value of the roots. So B is basically minus B plus minus square root of B square minus 4AC by 2A. Put the values here in the formula. We all know how to use the quadratic formula, right? So you get these two values here. One is negative, one is positive. B is 5 and B is minus 12. So if B is 5, A is going to be 12, right? So PA would be 12 and PB would be 5 meter in that case. But you see, we will be neglecting these values because it is basically about the length. Length can never be negative, right? Sonali, I think you asked this question, that we always have to, do not consider the negative ones. It's not like that. Here we are not considering it because we are talking about the length. Nupur Ayan, one more time. Okay. Let's take a look here. So what we are doing here is simply, we're talking about this pole, right? And these are the two diametrically opposite fixed gates. So PA minus PB, it says the difference between them is 7, right? So what we are doing here is, simply we are using the Pythagoras theorem in this triangle. Why? Because angle in a semicircle is a right angle. It's a semicircle, right? Yes. Okay. So use this Pythagoras theorem. This is 13 square plus A square plus B square. A is 7 plus B. You just have to simplify this. Open it up. 2B square plus 14B minus 120 equal to 0. Nupur, Ayano, I hope it's clear now. Yes? Sonali, samajh aa gaya, yes? Okay. Yes. Nupur. Ayan, understood? Okay. Nupur, understood. All right. So then we are just checking the discriminant. Why? Because question is asking, is it possible to do so? Since discriminant is positive, so yes, it is possible. And then we will just find out the value of the U roots using the quadratic formula, right? Or you can use factorization also if you want, right? And you get the final values. Do not forget to write the units. Yes? Right? All right. Let's move ahead. Let's take a look at the question number 5 now. So the diagonal of a rectangular field is 60 meters more than the shorter side. If the longer side is 30 meters more than the shorter side, find the sides of the field. So we are talking about a rectangular field over here. This is the rectangular field, alright? Now diagonal is 60 more than the shorter side. Okay, so breadth is shorter here. This is the shorter one and this is the longer side, the length. So question is saying, we do not know the sides, right? So diagonal is 60 more than the shorter side and longer side is 30 more than the shorter side. Let's say the shorter side is x. This is my shorter side. If this is x, the longer side is 30 more than this. It's going to be x plus 30. And the diagonal is 60 more than this. That's x plus 60. I hope this is clear. Yes, you can make a rough figure and it will be easier for you to understand the question then. Right? Alright, so this angle is 90 degrees. Yes, So this is what? It's a right angle triangle. So simply what we can do here is we can use the Pythagoras theorem. And I can say x square plus x plus 30 whole square equal to x plus 60 whole square. Right? Open this up, you get this equation. And once you compare it with the standard form, what you will get? You will get the values of A, B, C. So Meghna, what we have done here is question is saying we do not know the side lengths. Let's say shorter side is x. Longer side is 30 meter more than the shorter one. This is the longer side. This is the diagonal, right? Diagonal is 60 meter more than this. And this angle is 90 degree. So that's a right angle triangle. Can I use Pythagoras theorem here? Right? I'll be using Pythagoras theorem. Simplify this, you will get this equation. Now you just have to simplify this to get the value of x. I hope your doubt is clear, Meghna. So simply you get x times x square minus 90x plus 30x minus 2700 equal to 0. X minus 90, x plus 30 would be equal to 0. Equate them to 0. You get 90 and minus 30. Again, I cannot take this negative value. Why? Because x is nothing but that's the length of the shorter side. Length can never be negative, right? So we will neglect this value. Shorter side is now what? 90. So longer one is x plus 30. That means 90 minus 30, 120 meters. Yes? Right? I hope Meghna it's clear to you now. Sonali understood? Yes? Absolutely final. Right. Alright. So this is clear to everyone. Now let's move ahead. Let's take a look at the question number 6 now. So the difference of squares of two numbers is 180. The square of the smaller number is 8 times the larger number. Find the two numbers. So we are talking about two numbers over here. One is a smaller one, another one is a bigger one. Okay. Now a relation between them is given. Question says that difference between the square of two numbers is 180. Let's suppose that the larger number is x and smaller is y. Right? The larger number is x and smaller number is y. Difference between squares of two numbers. Squares of two numbers? Alright. So larger number square obviously minus smaller number square will give me 180. Yes? Obviously I'll subtract from the larger one. This is what it says. So I will say that x square minus y square is equal to 180. Now it says the square of the smaller number, is means equal to 8 times the larger number. 8 times larger number, right? So what is the smaller number here? That's y. 8 times larger means y square equal to 8x. I hope this is clear. How to frame the equations. Yes. Now what I'm doing is y square is 8x. I'll put y square here. So x square minus 8x equal to 180. Entire equation is in terms of x now. So we have this final equation. Right? No doubt still here? Yes? Shall we move ahead? Clear. Sonali. Tarun Malik. Yes? Okay. Alright. So this is a standard form. All we have to do is just middle term splitting. Yes. Sonali, Dipti, Subjot. Okay. Tarun Malik. Yes. Chord equation you just have to solve. Right. So it's x square minus 18x plus 10x minus 180 equal to 0. You will get these brackets x minus 18x plus 10 equal to 0. You equate them to 0. What will you get? Minus 10 and 18. This time we are talking about numbers. Right. See, understand this thing. So the larger number obviously that's 18. That says 18. X is 18. So y square is equal to 8x. So I'll say 8 times 18 is 144. So y square is 144. So y would be plus minus square root of 144. You get plus minus 12. So smaller number can have these two values. That means possible values are 18 and 12, 18 and minus 12. This time negative number can be considered. We were talking about numbers, right? Understood? Yes? Okay, great. Let's move ahead. Let's take a look at question number 7 now. So a train travels 360 km at a uniform speed. If the speed has been 5 km per hour more, it would have taken 1 hour less for the same journey. Find the speed of the train. So we are talking about the train here. It has a uniform speed, right? That means speed will remain same. And we have to find out the speed also. So what is the distance that train is covering? 360 kilometers. Important one, yes? Speed problems are always important. Larger number, how can that be? We have got two numbers, 18 and minus 10. So obviously the larger one would be the positive one, yes? Why would you consider larger one as minus 10? So these kind of things you have to understand. Right? Yes. Super fast like train. Okay. I'll go slow now. Okay. All right. So this is the distance that train is covering, 360 kilometer, right? Now, speed of the train is uniform. Let's say the speed of the train is x kilometers per hour, right? So we know one thing, using this formula, time is equal to distance upon speed. Yes. So that means it will take 360 by x hours to cover this distance, if it is moving with a speed of x kilometer per hour, right? Yes? Okay. I'll go slow, Nupur, yes, because I know speed problems are generally students' weakness. Yes. So this is the distance, this is the train's, because it is moving with a uniform speed. That's the train speed, so time would be this. Now the question says if speed would have been 5 kilometer per hour more. So let's increase the speed now. Right? Now speed is x plus 5 kilometer per hour. But distance will not change. Train is still covering the same distance. Distance will remain the same. So what will be the time in that case? So time would be distance upon speed. That means 360 upon x plus 5 hour. Is this much part clear to everyone? Quickly, first give me thumbs up or smileys in the comment section. Then I'll explain the next step. Yes? Circles, yes. We will do a session on circles also. Don't worry. Yes. Lots of smileys, thumbs up I can see. Rohan, Sukhwal. Yes. What you could not understand. This is the formula which we all are aware of. Train is moving with a uniform speed. Uniform speed means it's moving with the same speed. Let's say that's x kilometer per hour. It's covering this distance 360 kilometer. So obviously time would be distance upon speed. That's 360 by x. Yes. And if I increase the speed by 5 kilometer per hour, this is the new speed, distance is still same. So time would be 360 by x plus 5. Yes? It's clear to everyone. I can see lots of thumbs up and smileys in the comment section. Wow. I hope, Rohan, it's clear now. Yes? Ho gaya. Wow, Deepak. I can see answers also, final answers here. Amazing. Right. Okay. So, question says, if train increases the speed, it will take 1 hour less for the same journey. Let's say you are traveling, let's say from Delhi to Agra I'm going. Let's suppose it is 360 kilometer. I'm moving with the same speed. So, if I'm going with this speed, I'm moving with the speed of let's say 80 kilometers per hour, it will take me 5 hours. Right? But if I increase the speed, so definitely I will take less time to cover the same distance. Right? Okay, so what we have done here is we have increased the speed. So once I increase the speed, question says it will take 1 hour less for the same journey then. So what we are doing here is, this 1 hour is what? This is time. This is also time and this is also time. We are building up a relation between the time here. So what we will say here is that as per the question, 360 by x minus 360 by x plus 5 would be equal to 1. Entire equation is in terms of time. We are equating time with time. Yes? That's why I'm going a little slow here, Sonali. I know students get stuck in these kind of questions. Understood? 360 by x is time, this is also time, this is also time. Sometimes students what do is, on the left hand side they are writing the distance, on the right hand side they are writing the time. You can't do that. When you're equating something, both the quantities should be same. Yes? Right. Now, another doubt which students generally have, 360 by x should come first or 360 by x plus 5 should come first. Right? So, another thing, see numerator is same. This thing we learn in grade 5th or 6th. When the numerator is same and the denominator is different. So, see numerators are same. This has a smaller denominator, obviously. This has a bigger denominator. So, the one which has a smaller denominator, that becomes bigger. The one with a bigger denominator, that becomes smaller. So, bigger one minus smaller one, you get the answer. Right? No need to mug up. Yes? Understood clearly? Good. Yes. Why we differentiate? Differentiate what? Sorry, I could not understand your question. Yes. Initial time minus final time. Right, that's equals to 1. So on both the sides we are talking about time. Yes, clear? Alright. No worries, Fennel. Thank you, Gaming Guru. Yes? Sonali, I could not understand your question. So all we need to do is, so we have understood the concept, now we just have to frame the equation. So framing the equation is simple, right? Okay. So simply we will do the middle term splitting here. So x square plus 45x minus 40x minus 1800 equal to 0. And then we take common from the consecutive terms. You get x plus 45, x minus 40 equal to 0. You get these two values. So again, speed cannot be negative, right? Speed cannot be negative. So final speed is 40 km per hour. Why we are subtracting time? Sonali, question says, then train takes 1 hour less for the same journey. Yes. So we are trying to frame the equation, right? So train was traveling with a certain speed, right? So it covers this much, it takes this much time. Then it increases the speed. So it takes this much time. So in both of them, there is a time difference of 1 hour. That's why we have subtracted them. Why only time we are using here? Because question is talking about time. That's why on both the sides we are talking about time. Yes? I hope this is clear to everyone. Yes? Quickly, thumbs up, smileys. So that I should know that I can move ahead. So, Sonali, that's what you need to understand. Why we are subtracting, why not 360 by x plus 5 minus 360 by x? You see, this one is bigger, this one is smaller. How we get to know that? Numerator is same. This has a smaller denominator, this has a bigger denominator. Right? So normal, just basic mathematics. Lots of thumbs up, smileys I can see. Wow. Yes? Who is Rattebaz here? I think no one is Rattebaz here. Yes? Thank you, Lavya. All right. Absolutely. Here we're talking about the net time. That's why we're using time here. Yes, Sonali. ये हो सकता है कि final में से वो हो रहा हो. That you need to see. That's why no need to mug up. Understand the concept. All right. Let's move ahead. Let's take a look at the question number 8 now. So two water taps together can fill a tank in 9 3/8 hours. The tap of larger diameter takes 10 hours less than the smaller one to fill the tank separately. Find the time taken in which each tap can separately fill the tank. This is also one of the questions where students generally get stuck, right? We are talking about two taps here, right? And this is the tank. You can see one with a larger diameter, right? And one with a smaller diameter. Together they are filling a tank in 9 3/8 hours, right? Now we need to check how much time they will take separately to fill the tank. So the larger one, obviously, it will take lesser time than the smaller one. It takes 10 hours less than the smaller one. Individually, we have to find out the time. So let's understand this first. So together, they fill the tank in 9 3/8 hours. We don't know how much time the smaller one takes. Let's say smaller one take x hours to fill the tank, right? So larger one is taking 10 hours less than the smaller one. It's a bigger pipe, right? It will take less time. So it's taking x minus 10 hours according to the question. Okay. So smaller one fills the entire tank. Let's say smaller one is filling the tank separately. Okay. It takes x hours. So the speed is uniform throughout. So in 1 hour, how much tank will be filled? It will fill 1 by x. Unitary method, right? Okay. And the larger one, it fills the entire tank in x minus 10 hours. So in 1 hour, it will fill 1 upon x minus 10. I hope this is clear to everyone. Yes? Okay. Unitary method we are using. So the taps, both the taps are filling the tank in 75/8 hours. We have converted this into improper fraction, right? So together, like I said, in 1 hour it fills 1 by x tank. In 1 hour, the larger one fills 1 upon x minus 10. So both the tanks, in 1 hour, both the taps, they will fill the tank. How much quantity they will fill? 8 by 75. See, we have taken the reciprocal of this as well, right? Unitary method, again, we are using. Here we are specifying the quantities. So here also we are specifying the quantities. Do not write 75/8 because 75/8 is time. When I reciprocal it, it becomes the quantity that has been filled. Yes? Why we put 1? That's what I'm saying. Unitary method we are using. We don't know how much time they are taking. I'm explaining one more time, right? Smaller one take x hours. Okay? So it takes x hours to complete fill the entire tank. So how much tank will be filled in 1 hour? You would say 1 by x. Similarly, the larger one takes x minus 10 hours. So how much time it will take to fill the tank in 1 hour? Right? it will fill, I mean how much part it will fill in 1 hour, that would be 1 upon x minus 10. Yes, I'm giving the reason for reciprocal only. Unitary method, yes. So time taken by smaller one to fill the tank, that's x hours. So how much, like you can say in x hours, entire tank is filled, entire capacity is 1, right? In 1 hour it will fill 1 by x. I hope now you are able to understand this. The larger one, in x minus 10 hours, it fills the entire tank, entire capacity, we take it as 1 as a whole. So in 1 hour it will fill 1 upon x minus 10, right? I hope I have answered to your question how we are using 1 here. Yes? All right. Nithila, understood? Gaming Guru, yes, okay. So, together they are filling the tank in 75 by 8 hours. Again, this is time. We are talking about the part of the tank filled here. This is the part filled by the smaller one. This is the part filled by the larger one. So, this is the part filled by both of them. We have taken the reciprocal, 8 by 75 again. Again, on both the sides, the quantities have to be same. Simplify this. What do you get? You get this. All right. Yes, you just need to be careful while solving. And we end up getting this equation 8x square minus 230x plus 750 equal to 0. You compare it with this. You just have to do the splitting now. Only the calculation is there. So you get x minus 25, 8x minus 30 equal to 0 after that. You will end up getting these two brackets. You equate them to 0. You get x 25 and x 3.75. Again. मैम टाइम को पॉइंट में ले आए. हाँ, टाइम को पॉइंट में इसलिए लेकर आए हैं बिकॉज वी नीड टू चेक कि एग्जैक्ट वैल्यू क्या है. क्रॉस मल्टीप्लीकेशन, राइट भूमिका सोलंकी, राइट. आई गेव यू द रीजन एंड सी रेसिप्रोकल क्यों किया है. बिकॉज आपने बोला है कि x आवर्स में स्मॉलर वन पूरा टैंक फिल करता है. दैट मीन्स होल कैपेसिटी इज 1. सो इन 1 आवर हाउ मच पार्ट ऑफ द टैंक विल बी फिल्ड, दैट विल बी 1 बाय x. ऐसे आ रहा है 1. सिमिलरली 75 by 8 का भी रेसिप्रोकल किया है हमने. ओके, बिकॉज राइट हैंड साइड पे 75 by 8 was what बेटा? It was time. 8 by 75 is the reciprocal of it. Reciprocal means it is the part of the tank that has been filled now. Sonali, समझ आ गया? Great. So 3.75, we just wanted to check what this value is actually. Now comes the main step. Again, we are considering only this value. Why? Because smaller one is taking 25 hours. Question says larger one takes 10 hours less than that. So 10 hours less would be 15 hours. If I take the smaller one as 3.75, larger one would be 3.75 minus 10. So I would get a negative value in that case. So time can never be negative. We will neglect this value. Yes? This is clear, right? So I'll consider only this value. These are our final answers. Okay, let's move ahead. Let's take a look at question number 9 now. So an express train takes 1 hour less than a passenger train to travel 132 kilometers between Mysore and Bangalore, right? Without taking into consideration the time they stop at intermediate stations. If the average speed of the express train is 11 kilometers per hour more than that of the passenger train, find the average speed of the two trains. Here we are talking about two trains. One is the express one. Definitely it will have more speed than the passenger one. So average speed of the two trains. Let's say the average speed of the passenger train is x kilometer per hour. Express train has an average speed which is 11 kilometer more than the passenger train. So definitely it is x plus 11 kilometer per hour. Right? Okay. So time taken by the express train to cover 132 kilometers. It is covering a distance of 132 kilometers between Mysore to Bangalore. Right? So how much time first of all, how much time the express train will take? Express train will take 132 upon x plus 11 by time is equal to distance upon speed. This is about the express train. If you talk about the passenger train, for that 132 upon x, right? Now again numerators are same. This has a smaller denominator. So this is a bigger value, this is smaller, and the time difference between them is 1. Again on both the sides we have time. We are equating the same quantity, right? Okay, I hope this is understood. Now we just have to simplify this, right? So what do we get? We get x square plus 11x minus 1452 equal to 0, right? And you just have to simplify this. You get at the end x square plus 44x minus 33 minus 1452, take common from the consecutive brackets, you get x plus 44x minus 33 equal to 0, equate them to 0. Now this is negative, so we cannot consider the negative value because speed cannot be negative. So that means, speed of the passenger train is 33 km per hour, but for the express one it will be 44 km per hour. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. So we are talking about the express train and the passenger train, and we are using the formula. Only one formula I am using. Time equal to distance upon speed. For the express train, what is the distance? That's 132. Distance is same. Speed is x plus 11, right? It's mentioned here. For the passenger train, again this formula. And there is a time difference between them. They are covering the same distance but with different speeds. So obviously time will differ in that case. So we will subtract from 132 by x minus 132 by x plus 11. The time difference is 1 hour. Just frame this equation and then solve it. I hope it's clear to everyone, right? Alright, let's move ahead. Let's take a look at question number 10 now. So a rectangular park is to be designed whose breadth is 3 meters less than its length. Its area is to be 4 square meters more than the area of a park that has already been made in the shape of an isosceles triangle with its base as the breadth of the rectangular park and of altitude 12 meters. Find the length and breadth. So we need to find out the length and breadth of this rectangular park. So question says here that the breadth of the rectangular park be x meters, right? So this is the breadth, that's x meters, and whose breadth is 3 meters less than the length. That means if breadth is x, so length is 3 meters more than the breadth of the rectangle. That's going to be x plus 3. Yes, this is the last question. Now area of the rectangular park. What would be the area? That's length times breadth. We will multiply them. You get x square plus 3x meter square. Area of the rectangular park is to be 4 square meters more than the area of park that has already been made in the shape of an isosceles triangle. This is the isosceles triangle with its base as the breadth of the rectangular park, and altitude here is 12. So what is the base? Base is x meters. Altitude is 12. What is the area? That's half times x times 12. That's 6x meter square. Why I'm finding out the area? Because it is talking about the area of this isosceles triangle. That is 6x meter square. It says the rectangular park has an area which is equal to 4 meters more than the area of the isosceles triangle. So we simply add them up. You get this equation, and then we can do middle term splitting or use a quadratic formula, whichever you want to. You get the two values for x, which is 4 and minus 1. Yes, these are the two values. I hope this is clear. Any doubts still here? Okay, let's see the answer. So x is 4 and x is minus 1. Again, length can never be negative. So we will consider x equal to 4 only. So breadth is 4, so length would be 7 meters. Thank you, Labhya Goel. So this was the last question of today's session. Fenil, clear? Yash Yadav, Nupur, Puneet. All right. Now homework time. So is it possible to design a rectangular mango groove whose length is twice its breadth and the area is 800 meters square? If so, find its length and breadth. You can let us know the answers in the comment section. And we know that we have our exams coming up from 26th April. So we are conducting a All India mock board exam for classes 10th and 12th, CBSE and CISCE board, and registrations have already started. It's between, exam is between 12th to 30th March, and registration is free, and results will be announced on 5th of April. And you can upload your answer sheets, subjective answer sheets on the test platform. It will be digitally corrected by the tutors. You will get the remarks, stepwise marking would be there, and also toppers will get a chance to get a 100% scholarship. And don't worry, we have got you covered. I know there is a lot to cover, but this is not the end. We have lined up many more sessions for you. So our next session is on March 17th, that is Thursday at 7 p.m. And I'll be discussing 10 most important NCERT questions for Term 2 surface areas and volumes. You have been asking me for surface areas and volumes for quite a while, I remember. And we have free trial classes also. You can click on the link in the description below and get all your doubts clarified instantly during the class. And please like and share it with your friends and subscribe the channel so that you do not miss any new updates from us. Yes? All right. Thank you, Sonali. All right. So I'll see you soon in the next session. Until then, be curious, keep learning. Take care. Thank you. Bye-bye.